Right, okay then everyone, we are on to a special issue of Combat Patrol because we are on the character packs, and this time we have Haarken Worldclaimer. So, this is actually quite a cool model of a jetpack special character. However, as much as I really love this guy, and I think he looks totally cool, I am actually going to build him not, this is a key thing here, not as Haarken Worldclaimer, but I'll get onto that in a little bit. So let's start off with having a look at our Combat Patrol issue. So our how to build, so we are going to have to use a bit of glue, as we would kind of expect on a special character, one that's, I'm pretty certain a few years old now. Yeah, 2018. So not push fit. We're going to have to make sure we get this right, clean it up and everything, and glue it in place. I like the pose of this miniature as well. He's got like a very cool dynamic pose. He's flying through the air. He's coming at you with his spear. Spear in its sense is quite an interesting decision to make with a Chaos Space Marine as well, which I like. But as I said, I think he's a cool looking miniature in general. But as I did with the last character pack, I converted it. It's going to get converted. How to paint this guy. So it covers a few paints that we haven't got so far in Combat Patrol, though I do hope they actually give us all of them. That would kind of make sense, but we shall see. And you can kind of see from his appearance here, he's got quite a, that kind of Bane look to him, with the mask on in front and his mouth covered up. It's got like a really nice, it just feels like it's really kind of coming at you, which I like. Now, the only thing that I would say is, although it's got a good, solid and detailed paint scheme to it, do you know what? The other thing I'm curious about is there's a dead Space Marine on his base. Now, is that Space Marine Primaris, or is it an older Firstborn miniature? We can find out by looking at the helmet, can't we? Okay, so looking at that helmet there, that does look like it is a Primaris helmet, so we can assume that this dead guy is also Primaris. Can't remember when the Primaris came out, to be quite honest. So yeah, we got ourselves, yeah, it is Primaris armor. You can start to see by the belly plate, actually. Okay, so yeah, definitely the dead Ultramarine at his feet is very important in this one. Slight problem there. Now, that is something that I'm going to have to change, because I don't want him to have a 40k dead guy at his feet. Okay, right, the good thing is we've got a nice little bit of lore here. I'm reading just a little bit of lore about this. Haarken was given the Ferocious Hell Spear, a demon touch close combat weapon. Because all your special characters have got to have lovely demon weapons, don't they? Or it just doesn't count. I wonder, though, I am really curious, like, so far we've had a Space Marine special character, we've had a Chaos Space Marine special character, and it makes me wonder if we're going to get an Orc special character. I really hope it's the jetpack. What's his name with the jetpack? Oh, I can't remember. I really hope we get a jetpack armed Orc. Yeah, for our special issue coming up with the Orcs and Votan. Okay, so yeah, there's a little bit of lore about them which I like. You've got you want to learn a bit about them, although a little bit more fluff would have been, appreciated. I do find it quite interesting that I just love the idea that he's jetpacking around with a spear in his hand in the 40th millennium, and then he's got his Herald's Talon here for ripping people to pieces. So that is our special issue, and then we're gonna have a good look here at Haarken himself. As I said, it's really cool details, and his jetpack looks like it's become corrupted. The kind of what I'm going to assume is the fuel intakes look like they're becoming fleshy. We've got some nice shoulder guards on here as well, so it looks like that's the... So what I might have to do is I might have to swap out the shoulder guards with something else, because what's going to happen with this guy is I'm going to make him a commander in my Night Lord army. Now, I don't have a Warhammer 40k Night Lord army. I have a Horus Heresy Night Lord army, and they're called the Severed. And they're called the Severed because they've basically been severed from their companies due to having red hands of the sinners. Basically, they haven't accurately followed orders. So one of the things that I love to do in these guys is give them like unique hairstyles. So this guy's got some dreads. I've got some of these. I've got a couple of these left over, so definitely I'm going to put one of them on this guy. I might even take an old, if I can find a spare Horus Heresy shoulder pad, I'll probably put that on. Some of the things that I need to do though is probably the spear I don't like. So as much as it's quite cool weapon, it just doesn't feel like what I'm going for. So I'm going to have to find a suitable weapon. How much I change his armor is going to be another big thing. So you can see these kind of trims. Although I have a few of these trims because I used... so basically the body, the body is a standard Chaos Space Marine... no, it's not. It's a standard Space Marine body from the Mark 6 armor. But then they've got the Chaos Space Marine arms. So I might need to clean this up a bit and take some of the decoration off the model so that it looks more Horus Heresy. Same with the head. I'm probably going to have to find a different head to go on it. But basically, it's going to be quite a fun job kind of doing a bit of tidying up on this to create something that's closer to what I envision. So that's going to be an interesting build video, isn't it? Because it's not going to be a build video, it's going to be a conversion video, and quite a lengthy one, if I'm quite honest about it. So there we go. But it's quite a cool issue, and I have to admit, if I was doing Black Legion, I would definitely want this guy in my squad. But I'm not doing Black Legion, so I'm going to have to make him a Night Lord, and make him a pre-corruption Night Lord at that. But I really want to try that. So there we go. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.